When electricity first came out, people were widely afraid of it. They often viewed it as a mysterious, unpredictable and dangerous force. In the late 19th, early 20th centuries, this fear was fueled by lack of knowledge, frequent fatal accidents and alleged corporate propaganda. In fact, in one article published in The World on January 19th, 1890, it reported that people had become so terrified, paranoid and irrational that they destroyed and threw away their telegraphic devices and phones as if the little wires which connect them went straight to the river of death. Similarly, people were fearful and sceptical about the internet during its adoption in the 1990s. However, unlike electricity, concerns were often centred on how to use it rather than a deep ethical anxiety that it was dangerous. In this video, we're going to explore the biggest myths about AI and consider what the future could look like for a small business. The first myth is that AI will take all of the jobs. AI doesn't remove jobs wholesale, it in fact reshapes tasks within jobs. Historically, ATMs didn't eliminate bank tellers, they changed their role. The internet didn't remove jobs, it created entirely new industries, and AI is doing the same, automating repetitive tasks, increasing demand for higher level thinking, and creating entirely new roles. It's kind of like a power tool for knowledge work. Power tools for builders make them faster and more capable if they know how to use them properly. And it doesn't remove the need for your thinking, but again, when used correctly, it helps you think faster and more capably. Jobs won't disappear necessarily, they will transform into new work, just as they have done throughout human history. Those who adapt will move ahead quickly. The second myth is that AI will take over and destroy humanity. This might have been influenced by the movies we've watched where the AI becomes uncontrollable and wipes out humans. But there's currently no evidence of AI having agency or intent. And there is extensive global focus on AI safety, governance and control systems. AI of today doesn't have goals of its own, does not act independently without human input, and operates within constraints set by humans. AI is not a species. One of the challenges is because it sounds human, and as we develop more humanoid looking robots, it will look more human. It's very difficult for our human brain not to personify the AI in any way. But essentially, we need to see it as a very powerful tool, like electricity or the internet. Those technologies created massive change, required regulation and adaptation, but ultimately improved living standards globally. The real risk is not the AI taking over, it's the humans not learning how to use it responsibly and effectively. The third myth is that if you ignore it, it'll go away. It could seem like a trend that you can wait out, but really AI is a general purpose technology like electricity, the internet and smartphones. It's very likely it won't disappear. It's more likely to become embedded in everything, which is why it's so important to understand it. You could argue that you can exist without electricity, the internet and smartphones, and that would suggest you can live without AI. However, if you serve customers and would like to increase your impact, these things will help. The advantage of AI over the internet is that you don't need to become technical, but you do need to become AI literate. The fourth myth is that it's only for big companies or big tech-driven companies that have lots of things to manage. But AI is actually a leveler. Small teams can now do the work of larger ones. Individuals can access capabilities previously requiring specialists. SMEs can complete faster and smarter. This is a really exciting time for small business. Imagine you now have a whole team of assistants. This is one of the biggest opportunities small businesses have ever had to compete with larger enterprises. The fifth and final myth is that AI removes the need for human creativity. If AI is doing the thinking and creating, then humans become irrelevant, right? But AI generates ideas and recombines patterns and accelerates creativity, but humans still provide direction, taste, context, and originality. AI is a creative amplifier. It expands what you can do, but it still needs a human driver. Creativity doesn't disappear, it actually becomes more valuable. I see an optimistic future for small business, where humans focus on higher value work, strategy, relationships, leadership, and creativity. Routine work is increasingly automated. Imagine that. Small businesses become more powerful. Lean teams achieve more. They access global capability. They're able to innovate faster and focus on human relationships and connection. Work becomes more flexible and human-centered. It's less repetitive, more meaningful, and it gives you and your people more autonomy. New industries and roles emerge, just like we didn't have social media managers 20 years ago and digital marketers didn't exist before the internet. We'll see AI workflow designers, human AI collaboration specialists, and local LLM installers. The real differentiator will be in human capability. The future economy isn't limited by technology. So what it is that you're capable of, your humans are capable of, will be the difference. AI won't remove the need for people completely. It increases the need for people who can think, adapt, and lead. In the next video, we're going to understand the difference between AI and AI agents, local LLMs or edge AI, and what these can mean for your business.